We all know him and hate him respectively. Giovanni, the Team Rocket leader and leader of Viridian City Gym. But how much do you really know about this man? What you're about to hear just may alter the way you look at our Pokemon Master Red. Giovanni, for those of you who don't know, is the man responsible for the whole of Team Rocket, an evil organization that steals and trains Pokemon until they're strong enough to do whatever it is he wants them to do. He's also theorized to be your rival's father, but that's a completely different can of worms that's not going to be addressed today. Today, I will try to prove to you that Giovanni, this beacon of hatred and evil towards the world, might have actually been the good guy. Let's take a look at the facts. As you know, Giovanni, during the red, blue, and yellow period, was using Team Rocket to capture strong Pokemon, and at the same time was working on cloning Mew, who was at that time the rarest Pokemon in the world, ultimately leading up to the creation of Mewtwo, who was the self-proclaimed most powerful Pokemon in the universe, and intended to destroy the world. May I add, he was also challenged to a fist fight by a 10-year-old boy. Yeah, think about that the next time you think you're all tough. Yeah! Let's talk for a second about Mewtwo. As we know, he is a fully psychic type, being able to use telepathy to read minds and even speak. Kind of. Now, what, may I ask you, do you think a man who creates a rogue Pokemon bent on destruction is going to do to stop it? Get stronger Pokemon to defeat it, of course. But he couldn't, because you, the quote-unquote hero, stopped him. Now I know some of you, and trust me, I know who, are gonna be thinking, but Isaiah, Giovanni, you killed Team Rocket, you killed the Pokemon they stole, fanboy, shut up! Think about it. If there was a huge dome surrounding you and you couldn't escape, would you spend your days using brute force in hopes of making a person-sized hole in it? Or would you sit down and calmly realize that tunneling under would be more effective? No, think about it. I'll wait. Time's up. Of course you would go nuts on the wall. Replace it with Pokemon and the man is too worried about the world to realize that he needs to acquire suitable opponents from Mewtwo. In a sense, he's just thinking, mine is bigger, ergo I win. After that fails horribly for them, you see Team Rocket later in Sylph and Lavender Town in the Pokemon Tower. Now tell me, what did Sylph make to assist you in the Pokemon Tower? The Sylph Scope, the device that allows the wearer to see ghosts. Now what is inside the Pokemon Tower? The ghosts of deceased little pocket monsters. Now, to tie the string of information together, what is practically the only type that can cause any serious damage to Psychic? Ghost type. So this draws the conclusion that Giovanni was using the Sylph Scope to capture ghost type Pokemon to take down Mewtwo. But he can't do that anymore, because you stopped him. I'm here with Dylan Ryder, who is an avid Pokemon player. Aren't you?
Yes, I do play the Pokemans.
Okay, he does play the Pokemans. Alright, so Dylan, going back to the first generation of Pokemon, what are your thoughts on Viridian City gym leader Giovanni?
I think it's kind of weird of him to abandon this gym when I'm trying to challenge it. Like, come on, bro. What's up with that?
What is up with that? So, anyway, would you say that you see him as a particularly evil man?
Well, I mean, yeah, he was trying to kidnap a lot of, like, powerful Pokemon, and he did kill Marowak, so...
I bet I could change your mind about a couple things.
I bet you wrong.
Yeah?
Sucker.
Yeah? Yeah. And what else did Sylph build you to help you on your Pokemon travels? That's right, the Humble Master Ball, the only ball in the game that has a 100% catch rate. As long as your name isn't Brian. Now, if there was a Pokemon bent on world destruction and the only way to stop it was to capture it, don't you think the best way to go about doing so would be to use a Pokeball that could not fail? Of course, but guess what he can't do? Capture the Mewtwo. And guess why he cannot? Because you stopped him. So there we have it. The small boy who you thought was the hero turns out to be a bigger than the actual villains. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks God.
You can't just do that.
My